Let me start by giving a disclaimer. This story is not for the weak. Okay, if you choose to stick around for the sake of your mental health, this story is for entertainment purposes only. Also a disclaimer, this story contains
gruesome acts.
Let's go. It's good. It's what? It's good. It's what? Woo. Welcome back to season 2, episode 5 of The Damage Has Already Been Done. Now, Pookie, if you hear me, make sure you grab yourself a snack or a whole meal, water or an energy drink. Come on into a kuinama. Make sure you have people around you to hold you when you faint. Like for real. So our today's story is about a girl named Lisa. So let me tell you how Lisa became orphaned at the age of 16. 1 minute you're having dinner with your family, next minute all of them are gone. So Lisa was 19 at this point. Right now, she's 25 years old. Let me give you a background check on Lisa so that you can get to understand her and her family better. Also the story. Lisa's family was an okay family. The mom, the sister, and her, they loved each other so much. At times, all of them loved the dad. At times, all of them hated him. Now, the dad was such a controlling man. And he stood on business like no one's. Akwantaka nonsense. If he tells you jump or you go. If he tells you to chew a stone, you better chew that stone or else you go. Those type of people now. If you have such a parent, you can relate. And he was really strict with his kids. About time, about school, about their lives, everything, how they dress and all that. You know that feeling that you get when you wear short clothes because your dad is not around. Like you can walk around in your long t-shirt. In primary, Lisa and her sister never used to interact with other kids that much. For example, if school is over, they come back home, do their homework and stay in the house. And the mom was really scared of letting them out to go and play because if the dad found out, I don't know how he would find out, but it would be another problem, a big problem. On Saturdays, because the dad would stay home, he'd allow them to go outside, play for like 2 hours and then come back. This was between 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. 3 p.m. ikifika ni urudi. Na ukichelewa even with 10 minutes ile kichapo utapata nani. Cool. So, wakifika high school, it was more of like sneaking out when the dad doesn't know or the mom doesn't know. And then they'd come back, like they'd have 2 lives. One at home, the one that the parents know. And the other one for outside. They would get boyfriend. They just learned how to sneak around. You get the gist now, right? So now to songe mbele kidogo tu, when Lisa was 19, let's name the sister Susie. When Lisa was 19, Susie was 21. At this time, both of them were in uni, still under a very strict program. And both of them had boyfriends at this time. They were both dating. So you know how this thing goes. Ekutobwa Siri, just in case you're using this method with your folks. But allow me to say for better understanding of the story. Lisa and Susie would tell their parents, oh, we have a class till 6. Your class ilikuwa inaisha 10 a.m. So from 10 till 6, they would go hang out with their friends, go hang out with their boyfriends, because their parents would never ever allow them to even kama wameitisha permission. They go have fun. Hiyo 6 ikifika, wanarudi wapi? Wanarudi nyumbani. You know something crazy? Guys, if you hear noise, kids are playing outside, schools are closed, holidays almost here. Something crazy is when these guys were in high school, they did not have phones. The phone they had at home is one and they both used to share. And the dad would keep it. So if you need to communicate to your friend, you'd ask the dad for the phone and then akupe. Ukimaliza kutuma your message, unarudisha. I really don't know how that would work. And this continued till they were in first year uni. That's when they each got their phones for, social media and like a laptop for assignments and all that. Sawa. Now let's get back to where we were. So Susie loved hanging out with her boyfriend more than Lisa. So her lives were constant. Hivi tu, kila siku. And then Lisa would cover up for her sibling love. But wakiendelea. One day Susie told Lisa that, yo, I'm pregnant and I do not know what to do. Now, at that time, people weren't as educated on abortion as now. So Lisa started telling Susie, and no, Lisa was young, guys. She was 19. So she's telling Susie, let's tell mom. Susie's like, okay, but yatambia dad. Lisa said, we don't have any other option, literally. So before they told the mom, they called the boyfriend. The boyfriend said he's okay. He can cater for the pregnancy. He can take care of it. He doesn't have a problem because he loved Susie. Cool. They play. Now this is where things start getting so bad. You know the vibe. Tuende tukienda chini tukitafuta nini? Rock bottom. Lisa and Susie go and tell their mom. During the day, when the dad wasn't around, they'll tell her the mom looks like she's sweating, she's stressed because why are you pregnant? How are we going to handle this? The mom said, I personally don't have money to take care of this pregnancy. The dad had forbidden her from working. The dad was not giving her that much money. Only money enough to take care of the house. So the mom asked the obvious questions. Ni nani? How did this happen? Got so angry, she started shouting, stressed, all those things. At about 5 p.m, the dad used to get home at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. She called them and told them, girls, this needs to reach your father. because you are pregnant and your stomach will not stay flat forever. Once you get to 4 months suko, it will be seen, and this will be way worse. So let's just tell him now, because it's not like you have a hostel to go and hide in. You will be staying here. Sindio? The girls were scared yani scared ile mna sweat. So the mom is sweating, Lisa is sweating, Susie is sweating. It's a tense situation in that house. They wait for the dad. After dinner, the dad ako hapo, he's getting ready to sleep, news zimeisha nini, and the mom tells him, Baba Susie, we need to talk to you. Could you please sit down, have a family meeting? There's something urgent that you need to know. The mom ataka kuambia the dad anything after she said that. It was more of like letting Susie take the floor. After that, she was silent, and Susie started crying. She's like, Dad, I'm pregnant. I don't know the exact words that were used in that situation because I wasn't there. The dad asks, ni ya nani? Na kwa nani? Na kwa nini? Nini umekosa? He starts throwing around insults. You know the normal insults. Wewe ni mala. Ni nini imekufanya usifunge miguu? That's shouting reckless words like you're not my daughter. Get out! Susie thinks it's games until the dad approached her. Susie anaenda kukimbia. Baba yake huyo nayo amemweka ngumi ya mgongo hapa juu where I'm doing this to my shoulder. Susie falls. The dad goes upstairs to take a belt. Susie opens the Susie runs. Susie calls the boyfriend tells Susie, Susie tells boyfriend, I think my father wants to come and kill you. Friend says, wewe tu kuja. So now it's a whole thing. That night in that house, nobody was sleeping. It was a war zone. Dad is saying, wana watoto wako kenye wanafanya. So irresponsible, you stay at home but you can't even teach the kids discipline. What am I keeping you here for then? Sir? The dad starts shouting at Lisa. It's now a whole crazy thing. Ile mshipi alikuwa nayo amefieka nayo Lisa. Marks on her face, marks on her back, marks on her feet. At this point, it's not even disciplining. And then imagine someone beating you, and that to add on top of that, that person has premium anger issues. Susie went to her boyfriend's place, explained the situation. Meanwhile, Lisa is trying to call, the mom is trying to call, nothing. Lisa is texting messages, and because she knew the boyfriend, the next day alienda huko. She found Susie traumatized, scared, and in a very, very bad condition. So Susie akamua, she's going to defer from school, and she's never ever going to step back home. Wameka, now it's almost 7 months. I got my emotional support animal, just na mtu wa kunishikilia, so let's continue. Information that I forgot to give is Susie started picking up her mother's calls and her sister's calls. So months later, the mom says, what? You know it's your dad's birthday, and I really think we should reconcile. Yes, I know things are bad, but let's reconcile. It's already too late to do anything, so you just come. So before Susie left to go back home, she told her boyfriend, I'm going to see my parents. It's not best that you come with me. And the boyfriend had a very bad feeling about this. He kept on telling Susie, apana babe, no, please, just stay home. According to what your dad did, he might do something worse when you go there. He called Lisa, telling Lisa, please, take care of Susie when she comes there. She's 7 months pregnant, and if anything happens to her, itakuwa ngori because we've both tried to take care of that pregnancy very well. Lisa said, okay, don't worry. If anything comes up, I'll call you. So that day, during the dad's birthday, the dad did not know that Susie was coming back home. It was only the mom and Lisa. This was meant to be a reconciliation thing, like a reunion. Bacolap. Dad reaches home at about 9 p.m. Lisa, Susie are at the dining table. Cake placed at the middle of the table. Both of them say, surprise, Dad, happy birthday. The three of them, sorry, not both of them. Dad looks at Susie, clicks, goes upstairs. Dad stays in the room. He doesn't come back down. It is now 11 p.m. Mom goes to the room. Lisa goes to her room. Susie goes to Lisa's room. At about midnight, Dad goes downstairs, goes back into the room. Say 3 minutes after he enters the room, there's a very bad argument between the dad and the mom. Lisa and Susie hear do. There's a scream. Lisa and Susie are scared. They're tensed. Lisa's dad drags the mom out of the room. Lisa and Susie come up. Lisa and Susie see the mom's forehead bleeding, or the mom's head bleeding. Susie gets scared, starts going down the stairs. Dad chases Susie. Lisa screams. Mother chases Dad, although she was very weak. The dad catches up with Susie. Again, she wasn't fast. She was 7 months pregnant. Dad stabbed Susie in the stomach. Not once, not twice, not thrice. Mom catches up with Dad. Dad leaves Susie, starts stabbing Mom. Not once, not twice, not thrice. Both of them are bleeding very heavily. Lisa screams and screams and screams. She has no way of going outside. Dad goes to the bathroom. Lisa runs out of the house. Lisa is screaming and screaming. And the unfortunate thing about this situation is they used to live in a place where there are no people. Have you ever been in these places which are developing? Ukienda uangalia ni watu kadha kidogo tu wameanza kujenga hapo. Neighbor is here, the next neighbor is there. What is neighboring you is green, not even green, because it's not even a well-maintained place. A big land separating you and your neighbor. So before mtu akusikia your time kila mtu amelala, ni ngumu sana. Lisa runs out of the gate. Lisa calls boyfriend to Susie. Lisa says Susie is very, very hurt. At this time, her phone was also dying. And she couldn't go back inside to charge the phone. No. A few minutes later, she hears a loud scream from the dad. She tries to peek through the window. Dad is lying dead on the ground, also heavily bleeding. The boyfriend to Susie on the other side tried calling an ambulance and police. Ambulance ikafika and it was too late to save all of them. They had lost their lives. Currently, Lisa is living with the auntie. It's been 6 years, but that is something that she will never ever forget. I mean, it's quite obvious. You can't forget anything like that. And she says this thing that happened in her life made her vow that even if she ever gets married, she's not living with her husband in the same house. Or she'll either get a kid and then kill him tuende jia yake. Ikwe one time the child is here, the other time the child is at the father's place. I don't know how to end this story. For now, I have nothing to say because my heart is bleeding. I don't even know if Lisa is Kenyan, but nationality doesn't matter here. But parents, even if your child gets pregnant at an age that you did not expect, that doesn't make it a death sentence. And also, this is why I usually say never do or say anything in anger, because anger is one emotion that can literally just flip everything upside down. Your relationships with people, your life, who you are as a person. It's just a no emotion. And I know it's not easy to avoid anger, but it's easy to control it. Take a breath, keep quiet, and then come back when you are not all emotional. Anyways, guys, bye. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for the massive support. Thank you so much for trusting me with your stories. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for offering to help the victims. And may you guys be blessed. Bye. I love you. Mwah. See you in episode 6.